Double digit day. It is episode 10 of the Road to Glory here on FC 26 Ultimate Team. What is going on, everyone? It is me, Lasty here. Finger points to the sky. Let's get cracking into today's episode. So, I've been kind of sticking with this 4-2-3-1 wide. I don't know how long I'm going to stick with it for, but this has kind of been my formation of choice for the start of this game. So yeah, this is the squad, and we're also going to switch it over, and I'll just show you roughly the squad that we're going to be using for some squad battles matches that I played offline. Basically, it featured a Brazilian, a couple of silver players, a Portuguese player, to get those icon silver objectives sort of started on. Some of them we're going to get completed today, some of them are just going to get started, and this is the squad right here that allows me to get that done. If you enjoyed today's episode, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button. It's Saturday, you should be feeling good, it's the weekend. Hit me with a thumbs up, thank you in advance. Subscribe as well if you're new to my channel. Cheers, and don't forget all my socials are linked down below in the description. Today, I shall be at Portman Road to watch Ipswich play Pompey. Looking forward to that. So one of my first evolutions is going to be giving some passing to Camavinga, and then I'm also going to give some defending to Ferland Mendy. All right, so a couple of those French Real Madrid players that are kind of, at the moment, mainstays in the squad. They can get slightly buffed without actually their overall ratings going up at all. Both untradeable, so I'm never going to be able to sell them, right? So we can happily just start evoing these cards, no problem at all. So we get Mendy up to 79 defending. We could actually get him up to 80 defending in 24 hours from starting that, because you get to repeat the evo twice. But you have to wait a day in between. That's a little bit weird. I'm not quite sure why. I wonder if that will stop over time and just allow you to do the second Evo again straight away once you've completed it. We get ourselves Dali right there, an 83 rated NWSL player from France, and an Andre as well. And there's been a lot going on for me to get this episode to like 18 minutes. I played a lot of squad battles in the background. I've done a lot of this, a lot of that. There's been quite a few rivals games played and things. So, yeah, but you're not going to necessarily see all of it, which is weird. So anyway, we've unlocked a couple of these silver icons. We've got Garincha and we've got Yashin. Now, both of those, I mean, I think in like just under or just over 3 weeks' time, there's going to be some sort of silver tournament go live, of which you're going to need a full silver squad and definitely at least one of those icons if you want to participate. So you might as well be working towards it. Yashin and Garincha are definitely the two easiest ones to get. Yashin, I think you need a clean sheet in 10 squad battles matches whilst using 3 silver players, and then Garincha is just like score 15 with Brazilians like in 15 games. So from one of my final games of the elimination tournament thingy, I ended up getting a 3 NWSL pack, and I was like, imagine if it gave me like someone that I really like, and it did. Gave me a walkout, gave me a Rose Lavelle, and I was like, all right, this queen definitely deserves a spot in the club now, because I packed her in Rivals rewards after already purchasing her before and then selling her, and then got a tradable one in Rivals rewards, decided to keep hold of it, and then we've ended up getting an untradable one. Now she can stay in the club, and the tradable one can go. We're up to 35,000 coins. So yeah, that's like the perfect situation. It would, I mean, the perfect situation from an NWSL pack would probably be to get Sophia Wilson. That would be quite nice. But maybe in the future, hey. So we go on into a little bit of Rivals. Don't forget, we are in a new week of Rivals. We're in Division 6. And things are probably going to get a bit sweaty. I end up hitting the bar from a free kick with Griezmann. I thought I could maybe just score straight away on the rebound. Can we? No. What about if we grab the ball back whilst he's on a counter-attack and then we go on a reverse counter-attack? Let's do that. Marquinhos, play it through to the boy, Desiree Doué, who can knock it in to Trinity Rodman, back of the net. You'll love to see it. And there's the equaliser. Rodman then delivers to Williams, Williams to Griezmann, Griezmann to the back of the net. And we turn the game around. But Hugo Ekitike, I think at some point I'm going to need to buy this guy and we're going to need to give him a go, because every freaking time I come up against him. He is so good because he's tall. He's got an all right shot on him. He's quick, but he's got like really solid dribbling stats for such a big guy. And I think that plays quite a big part in people weaving through my defense with him. It's not difficult to get through my defense. It pretty much parts like the water, you know, like parts like the sea. That's unfortunate. I need to learn how to defend. Every single game I play in, there's at least 5 goals for my opponent. This is not a good sign for me when, you know, we're at the point now where I'm going to be in the weekend league. We're in Division 6, which is the threshold to get into Champions rather than what's the lower rated Champions called? I can't remember. I literally can't get the word in my head. So sorry about that. I can't think of it. Sorry. Anyway, marquee matchups we can do. It came out on Thursday night, of course, and we can turn some of our untradeable players into tradable packs and see if we can reap the rewards from that. So I actually completed marquee matchups and had like 35,000 coins at my disposal, 34,000 coins, and then we're going to go ahead and open up the packs. Are we going to get anything good? That's the first thing. Are we going to actually get anyone? We get Smith. This is the record signing for a female player, right? The first over £1 million signing, I think. And then I just literally take a look at all of the silvers, all of the bronzes, all of the golds. And I was listing up nearly everything for marquee matchups because I know I tried to put as many untradables into the squads as possible and then get the tradable rewards, reap the rewards, increase the coin balance, and you never know what you're going to be able to do with that. What the next player is that's going to be on my shopping list. I've got a couple of ideas, but I'm a little bit far away in terms of coin value. So it's going to be a while until I can properly improve the team with some beastly cards. There are some quite expensive cards out there this year that I want to try out. So we'll see if that comes to fruition at any point in the series in the near future. We get Rabiot, who I'm hearing very, very good things about this year. I think he's only cheap because he can't play CDM. If this card could have played CDM, I think he would have been a lot more expensive. So, yeah, there's that. We then actually end up getting a bit of an RTG legend in Heung-min Son. We get Sonaldo, everyone, who, of course, has now been downgraded to an 85 overall and has moved away from Spurs to play for LAFC in the MLS. But he still has a very good card with Finesse Shot Plus and the 4-star skill, 5-star weak foot. Now, he's under 10k these days, which is a little bit wild. He was always such an expensive hype player for the last, I don't know, 10 FIFAs, something like that. But yeah, we've now got Sonny. He is tradable. I did get that from marquee matchups. We could add it to the profits, but decided to keep him for now, as well as this Guigliano, maybe is how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. Decided to keep both those 85s because they weren't really worth what I was hoping for. So maybe the market at some point will rise for them. I don't know. But it was the golds, as you can see here, the silvers and some bronzes that were all selling for more than discard value. So we're up to 50k. So we've made a good 15,000 coins plus from marquee matchups without selling the Heung-min Son or the other 85 that we managed to pack. And other than that, we didn't really pack anything major. It was still a good banker for us, a good money maker. Now, I also got my 300th assist from spamming a bit of squad battles. So I've got a rare players pack, a 50k pack on the RTG. This is the biggest pack so far. And I don't see a walkout. Hello? I thought I was supposed to have the insane pack luck. Where's this gone? Yeah, no, unfortunately. Despite having a couple of days worth of absolutely insane pack luck, we've now we've taken it down a notch and got ourselves an Alex Garcia from a 50k pack. Okay, no worries. I decided to open that. That was before the Cornerstones promo started. Hopefully there'll be a way for me to earn some packs or whatever via the SBC section. 4 cornerstones for like tomorrow's video. It would be nice if we could start working on maybe getting our first one of those. But for now, let's head back into a little bit of division rivals, see how we can get on in this little session. There were quite a few sessions that I played, you know. Now I'm 2-0 up and, well, presumably cruising, but no, of course not. I make the right goalkeeper movement there, and my goalie does save it, but it drops straight back down to the player. Then I get double wiped out by my opponent's player, who then gets instantly sent off and just like literally removed from the game. He vanished right there, and that was kind of going to be it. Now, I knew that I was up against someone that was a little bit angry and playing a little bit frustrated. So maybe they hadn't had the greatest session on the game or something, but they were quite competent going forwards. But I was a little bit more composed, and I was waiting, and you know, before having my shot and stuff, waiting for that goalkeeper movement, and that was working out quite nicely for me. So despite only having 10 men and getting back into the game a couple of times, I am going to be the one that comes away with the victory in this game, and that was mainly down to the overly aggressive nature of my opponent and the fact that he'd had a red card. But Trinity Rodman doing her thing, of course, scoring goals left, right, and centre. Caroline's even going to pop up with a little penalty goal right there. My opponent wiped me out. It must have nearly been 1v1, but it wasn't. He didn't get a red for it, so maybe double jeopardy played a part in that. But we're now at 1,000 points for quali, so we've achieved champions. There is no qualies for champions anymore. You don't have to, you know, qualify for champions, which is great news, because it's less games that we have to play to do that sort of thing week on week. We can have more time for tournaments and gauntlets and whatnot. So that's lovely, lovely stuff. And we have the 1,000 points, and we're in Division 6. So champions for us is a go. I guess it's coming out next week. When it does happen, I think it's going to be an utter sweat fest. And I hope that I can improve my defending before we get into champs, because, whew, is that going to be, yeah, that might be just a touch stressful. But I do hope that the rewards that we get, even if I have a really dodgy first session in champs, and out of the 15 games get like 4 wins or something, I still hope that the rewards from that are better than the lower tier. I've literally completely forgotten the name of that. Challenges, is it? No. Yeah, it might be, you know. Is it called Challenges? If it's Challenges, I can't play that because I'm way too high of a division now. And I'm a Champions player, clearly. But yeah, I hope that the rewards we get from finishing low down in champs are still better than what you would get for finishing like relatively high in Challenges. That to me makes sense. Being on a hot streak, by the way, I had no idea until I saw it on Twitter the other day. And when you get back into the menu, you notice that actually if you're on a hot streak and you win, not only do you move up double progression, but you get an extra point towards your rival's weekly 30 points for getting that hot streak win. So that's really nice. I didn't realize it. We are also going to complete the Carney Chukwa Maker SBC. Sorry if that's a terrible pronunciation, but it seemed like a decent SBC. I was watching one of my mates' gameplay. He was sort of streaming it to me on Discord the other day, and this Chukwa Maker card just absolutely destroyed him. So I think maybe we could get him in. I don't necessarily have a use or a plan to use him at the moment, apart from maybe off the bench, but I've just got a feeling with how cheap some of these SBCs are, how easy to complete some of them are, that they're just going to either come in handy with evolutions down the line, or like random tournaments or gauntlets or something like that. It will just be handy to have a player like this. You know, if I need to build a full English team, I've now got a good centre mid cam. If I need a Bundesliga squad, I've now got my player for that position. So, yeah, that's why I've been kind of like completing SBCs for players that I might not necessarily have major plans for at the moment, but I definitely think this year, building up as much of a club as you can could just be helpful in the long run. We're yet to see that, but I think it will pay its dividends at some point in time. Sorry, frog in my throat. Now, we get a couple tradable packs for completing the Chukwuemeka SBC. And again, these silvers definitely do sell. I think silvers isn't a very viable area of the game to almost like trade on at the moment. I'm not a trader myself, but I think that is a very decent way to flip players and make coins at the minute, because all silvers seem to have a pretty decent value on this game, which is cool. 87 passing on the 84 rated Ruben Neves from Al Hilal. So we get him in, and I'll keep him for now. I'll sell everything else there or discard it or whatever. I think probably list up everything there, make a few more coins than discard. And we're up to 64,000 coins with a couple things to sell. And that is with a tradable Griezmann, tradable Messi, tradable Marquinhos in the club. Like that's yeah, we definitely have over 100k, you know. We'd be getting close to like 140, 150,000 coins, I think, if I was to sell the tradable players that I've got in the club. So that's awesome news. Back into a little bit of rivals we go then. This will be hopefully like the last game. Yeah, this is the last game of the episode that I'm going to show you here today. I played a couple in this little session, but this was the best one out of those, and the other two I drew 5-all and then lost 6-5 or something. Like, I'm genuinely, there are at least 5 goals going in against me every single game. It's a little bit wild. Luckily I'm kind of at least scoring that many as well, but these games are, it's starting to move away from being like, oh my god, this is really fun, to oh my god, I wish I could just defend and stop conceding goals. So here's hoping I can, you know, pick up my learning curve and actually figure out how to do this. We both got really dodgy penalties in this game and both scored them. So that's strange. I thought that the game wasn't really giving the fouls in the box as much as it used to, but we both got pens in this game and they're both very soft, in my opinion. But we go 5-4 up, turning this game around a little bit, and then Rodman is there to put me 6-4 up. However, my opponent is definitely going to be able to score right at the end to make it just a little bit squeaky bum time for me, but we can win 6-5. So yeah, an average of 5 goals a game I have conceded in the 4 or 5 games that I played in the session today, which is just worrying. I need to tone that down a little bit. Games are exciting though, which is always good for you lot, I guess. So we're at 14 out of the 30 points that we need for rivals this week. We're just under halfway there to getting our points. Now, I don't mind if I can get them quite quickly, because obviously next week we'll have like champs coming up. We'll have some tournaments and gauntlets and stuff hopefully in the next few days. So with that, then I kind of need to be, you know, ready to play those. So if I can get rivals done and out of the way, then we certainly will do. Now I'm going to change this team for the start of the episode tomorrow. I'm not loving Griezmann, all right? I keep bringing Messi on at half time, and he is levels above Antoine Griezmann. So I think I need Messi back in the team. That's going to require me going out and buying De Paul and probably dropping Camavinga, unfortunately. We shall see. But yeah, check back in tomorrow, and it'll be our Sunday episode of the RTG. I'll catch you up with what we're doing. We'll have some fun with some cornerstones, hopefully. Yeah, I'll see you then. If you've enjoyed the episode today, hit me with a thumbs up. That'd be brilliant. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. Cheers. Follow me on all my socials. The links are down below. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. Take it easy, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.